All right, good morning, everybody. We're going to make another map. So, Wings here. It's a great Saturday morning. Baby Wings is sleeping, and so is Mrs. Wings. So I got a little free time. I got a nice cup of coffee here. Um, and ready to dive in and do some map making. Appreciate everybody who watched yesterday's episode. Definitely didn't feel particularly inspired yesterday as I was map making, and I think the map showed that. It wasn't the best of maps. Maybe there was something there, but maybe not too. Who knows? I don't think I'm going to work on that particular map, Coffee and Dates, anymore. So if anybody wants to remix it and make it their own, you're welcome to it. But the shape of yesterday's map, I did kind of like. I want to play around with that shape, but make it a little bit sharper. And I guess that's the word that comes to my mind. I'll explain what I mean by that. Let's go ahead and get into it. Again, if you're new to map making, you can go to the TagPro homepage, click on Maps, go to Create Maps, and go to the map editor. Yeah, here's Coffee and Dates. Just didn't really care for some of the things in this map. I did have some more ideas. I was thinking about, what if, you always got to turn your symmetry back on anytime you come back into a map. I was thinking a little bit about, what if, the team tiles started on the one side and then went to the other. So let's play with that. What if we go... I'd have to turn off. So I guess that would make it an asymmetrical map if I did that. No symmetry. Yeah, I was thinking just switch these and put the blue here. Whoops, blue. And that way, if you were following the team tiles, you'd have to cross through the gate in order to continue. But that does actually create an asymmetrical map, I'm noticing, because red tiles are on the outside of this curve on both sides, and the blue tiles are on the inside of the curve on both sides. So that wouldn't be good. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're going to reset this map. Yes, we want to clear it. As you guys know, if you watched the last video, I like to start with just a blank screen. Rotational symmetry. Let's mark our center tile. All right. Now we're looking good. Actually, I'm going to get down into the corner here because I am going to start drawing my shape. And the idea I have in mind, actually let me turn off rotational symmetry for a second so you can follow my mouse, is that base is kind of up here, and I want there to be like this exaggerated S path. So like, maybe base is here. You could potentially take a route that comes all the way down past the midpoint, comes all the way back past the midpoint, and then goes to the other base. Like a really sharp S angle. And then maybe there's like a little wall here and here that you could come through, or gates or something that you could come through a little bit more directly. We're going to play around with that and see if we can get it so that, like, maybe right here. Oh, well, for goodness sake, let's turn our symmetry back on. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, that's looking a little interesting. A really cramped base. We'll probably put something here to kind of open things up a little bit, which could be interesting. And then a really kind of sharp diagonal area along here. Yeah, yeah, I'm kind of digging it. Let's fill in with some floor tiles. Now, how are we going to make this happen? The idea when you're making lanes is to encourage lanes, but maybe not force them. So I'm just trying to imagine a path, and I think we're going to need to give some more space here somewhere. This is probably too cramped. Let me take it off of fill. Notice when you've got that fill tile selected, see how everything highlights, and it's a little bit visually distracting when you're trying to work. All right, so I put it back on the pencil. I'm just trying to imagine the path that someone would take. I'm thinking that they would come down. Will they come down, back, down? No, that's too much. Maybe they would come up a little bit and then down. So there's something here. Let's just put a couple wall tiles there just to get that. And there's something in the middle too, isn't there? So maybe you'd come down, kind of boomerang around, and then in. Okay, here we go. This should encourage it. We'll put it here, yeah. Down. I think I want there to be like kind of easy to move around in this area, right? So that could be accomplished a few different ways. The easiest is probably with some boosts. Probably like right here. Some neutrals. Maybe out a little bit. Yeah. This wall doesn't need to be right up against the gate. The gates probably don't need to be green. So you've got this, like somebody in this area could kind of circle back and forth a little bit. I don't think I'm, in the end, going to want that to be a green gate, probably. Got a little bit of an interesting shape there. Put a flag back here. Now, okay, so this is actually my center line. This is way too cramped for a base. So we're going to have to do something to give more space here. I don't hate the idea of a choke point here. Can someone boost straight? Yeah, they can boost straight to flag as long as the gate is not protected. But instead of creating a ton more floor tiles, I'm wondering if there's a way to provide a second way out via portal. And I could create some space here and then have a portal like from right around here over to this area, bypassing the gate. That could be interesting. Or I could come down, maybe down here, and have something come out over this way. I'm kind of torn between those options. If I go this way, then the map is kind of wider, or not wider, but it's more flat. And I kind of like when there's more dynamic, so I'm thinking maybe come down here a little bit. So let's create some more space. Maybe it comes like this and back over. Yeah, that could be interesting. And we'll fill that in. Get rid of this dividing wall. Yeah. This looks like it could be very interesting. And so now you can come down into this spot. And why would you? Only if you're trying to come out this way, right? So maybe there's a portal exit somewhere around here and a portal entrance. Yep, this is feeling interesting. And maybe there's some kind of mechanism above the flag. I think we're going to have to give at least a few tiles up here. I'm picturing a couple bombs. I don't know if I like the bombs right next to each other like that. Maybe they're a little bit more separated. Now this takes you here, this takes you here. I think I'm more interested in something that takes you like straighter down and then curves around toward the portal. So maybe we do that. Actually, maybe we do, yeah, more like that. A bigger curve. And maybe we just really do put that bomb in the center. Yeah, so now you've got a nice bomb down into this curve. Maybe more like that. Fill in some wall here. I'm really kind of liking this. It almost looks like a piece of candy. You know, like the center's the candy and then you got the little wrapper on both sides. Okay. Maybe there's a boost over here. So you're boosting out. And maybe we'll just kind of truncate that a little bit. What happened? What's this angle? Maybe I want my portal to be more right there. So if you hit it at a 45, you're coming straight this way. That runs into that. Maybe my portal exit can shift over a tile. Yeah, so now you're coming right there. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's looking nice. Playing around with map shapes, I think, really makes things interesting in a map. Playing around with the shape of the map, kind of restricting where people can go, but still allowing for a lot of creativity, is what makes a really nice map. Now this map is looking still a little cramped to me. But I do like this bomb coming down, wrapping around. I wonder how much speed that gives you. Might be too much to really stop enough to come at that angle. We could also just give a nice little curve so you're coming straight up there. So maybe like putting that in place. Now what happens if you go the other way? I mean, you don't get much there, do you? There could be a second portal to get out over here somewhere. That might be overkill. I'm feeling like, let's see, you could also boost like that. I think this is in the wrong spot. Let's put it here. Yeah. That looks like it could be okay. Now this boost can also wrap around. Not very powerfully, but it would still work. So you've got a grab here, a grab here, a grab around, I guess a grab straight. Would we also want to be able to come in this way? Probably, yes. So instead of just being a portal exit, it's also a portal entrance. So these two connected to each other. That seems like it would be good. And I think we'd want to be able to bomb out here. So in other words, if we grabbed the flag and went to the bomb, we could use it to escape. So maybe, yeah, like that. That opens that up a little bit. Of course, you're just really bombing into this, and if you miss, you might find yourself bombed back into base here too, which wouldn't be great, but it's maybe an acceptable risk. Maybe this tile doesn't need to be here. And also, maybe we don't need it like that. Yeah, that might look a little nicer there. In fact, yeah. That's looking okay. Not sure how I feel about this section. Feels like maybe there's a little bit too much going on there. Maybe more like that. Just give a little more space. So far, I'm feeling like, if the defense sits here, or even like if a defender sits over here somewhere, how is the offense going to get out? So right now, I think it's a little bit too defensive. I'm intrigued by the shape, but I think I'm making it too tough on the offense right now. So we need to open things up a little bit somewhere. Where to do that? I mean, the obvious seems over here somewhere. What if we made some space? Now we're kind of losing some of the idea behind the map. I don't think I like that. Whoops. Another portal could make sense, though. Just trying to figure out where that would be. Maybe we just, what's stopping me is this bomb. I like the bomb there, but maybe there's another way to do it. So let's scrap the bomb for a moment. And let's create some more space up here. And I think we need another portal exit. Yeah, so there's this really small choke point, right? But with a couple points of entry outside of the choke point. This is feeling interesting. It's a lot of portals. Might be overdoing it. Maybe instead of portals, there's another way. Because I do think if you get too many portals in a map, well, let's put it this way. A little portal goes a long way. And too much becomes kind of bad quickly, I think. So I'm not sure if I'm feeling the portal idea. But the only other way to do that is to do what I'm thinking of is with some sort of gate. to restrict movement. So, all right, if there's a path up here, we do kind of lose a little bit of our S idea that we had going on. But that does probably feel better. Do we want a gate here? What I don't want to do is a single gate. I don't like it when, somebody's controlling a button for a gate and then you have to very carefully maneuver past. It just slows things down too much. If I'm going to go for like a single wide gap, I would want it to be on a diagonal. Like if you put a gate tile there, right, then someone can get through here at speed. Whereas if you have a gate tile here and just a single wide, when you're going horizontally versus diagonally, you can't go through at speed. You have to slow way down. So if we did a gate, it would be a nice chunky gate here. And if I did that, a nice chunky gate, I don't think I would want those gate tiles anymore. I'm not hating that, actually. That's looking kind of nice. Now maybe there's a bomb here that allows me to bomb out through the gate. Also allows me to bomb down into the flag. And honestly, if I'm bombing down, I could grab the flag, hit the wall, and then boom, be already on the right angle to go that way. That looks cool. Not sure about this boost placement anymore. I think I'm going to get rid of that for the moment. Yeah, this is looking nicer. Now I think there needs to be something here for a straight out. I'm actually thinking the whole map might need to be another tile wider. So, yeah, let's resize it. We'll go 47. When you're resizing, you want to, I want to always add 2 rows at a time. So you're adding a row on each side rather than just 1 row. Then things get weird on your map. All right, so I'm thinking maybe a pair of boosts here. That would, I think, not curve you up enough into the flag. The flag could move a little closer. Although then the bomb's not functioning the way I had kind of hoped. The flag could move down a tile. Yeah, I think, what if the flag was here? Boop. Yep, that would hit the flag. I think the flag might need to, that just seems really close to that boost. Maybe one more tile away. Now the bomb is not really bombing you the direction I'd hoped for if you're bombing toward the flag. What if I stuck it up here? Yeah, now it's taking you down towards this boost, which is what I want. And you've also got a little, like if you bomb from this way, if you're holding the flag, you can get safe, same this way, but you can also use it to bomb through the gate. Yeah, I'm liking that. That's an interesting base. We've got a nice grab there, we've got a grab coming up this way, and we've got a grab here. Now, we're going to need some kind of grab, I think a little bit further out. I think a boost kind of right in the middle like that. Boosts in general like to be, well, there's a couple ways to use them, right? If you put them out in space at the intersection of various paths, they become very versatile. That's often a very good place to put a boost. But as you can see, I've got a boost by a wall. I've got two boosts over here in a curve. There's other ways to use boosts also. Two boosts out in space can sometimes be overwhelming. You just have to be really thoughtful about how you're using boosts. So in this case, it's by a wall, which makes a boost less useful, but I put two of them there, which make them a little bit more powerful. I like coming this way. You're going to grab the flag and you're coming out. Coming around the other way, it just dead ends you into this corner, which I don't love. So I'm thinking we actually need, whoops, I think it should lead you toward the gate. So something like that, I think feels better. Yep. That looks nice. I'm going to just fix some of these wall shapes here. Personally, I like the outer edge of the wall to be mimicking the inner edge of the wall. So if I've got a 45 on the inner edge, I usually like to have a 45 on the outer edge. But like here, I've got a 90-degree angle on the inner edge, and so I want to leave the 90-degree angle on the outer edge. In other words, I probably wouldn't choose to make the edge of the wall like that, because now I've got this 45 on the outer edge, but I've got the 90-degree angle here on the inner edge. Aesthetically, I don't think that's quite as pleasing. So just a note about how to make your map look finished and nice. Obviously, there's some other places here on the map I'm sure that I'll like around here. I don't like the way that looks. I'll have to fix that. I can do that right now. I don't necessarily like there to be extra wall tiles on the outside unless you're doing it stylistically for some kind of reason. And maybe I can explain what I mean by that later. Okay, this is looking nicer. I'm wondering about this space right here. It doesn't seem like it's serving much of a purpose. I'm actually kind of thinking that I could do maybe some stair steps there. Yeah, that looks a little nicer. Yep, that looks good. Maybe, yeah, I think I like it like that. So this particular tile right here, I think, talking about the outer edges of walls, I could probably either leave it a square or do a 45. I think either is going to look all right. Maybe we'll leave it as a 45. Let's get this background tile in here. Okay, that's looking nicer. This boost, I'm wondering if it's in the right spot. For now, I'm going to leave it. Okay, this is feeling pretty good in base now. I haven't put a button for this gate yet, and I'm thinking, should this be a square? I think I like having it opened up. And honestly, this opened up as well? No, I liked it better the way it was. All right. That feels okay. All right, I think I'm going to pause here for just a moment, and then I'll come back. Actually, I'll probably just edit this part out of the video. So I'll be back in a minute. All right, I'm back. Got a fresh cup of coffee here. Gotta move my side table a little closer. Okay. Yeah, so I'm really quite enjoying this map so far. I like how the base feels like it's kind of cloistered away back here. That could be a working title for the map. Cloister. Put my name in as the author. I still do want to create this like kind of circular area, and I want to make it more sharp. So I want it to come out more this way. Yeah. Let's put some more floor tiles in. I'm almost thinking there needs to be like a pair of boosts here. Where do they go? Like there? So you can kind of bounce off them and come at an angle. We'll see. We'll try that for now. And we'll just fix some of our wall tiles. Not really loving the way this is. We want some more dynamism there in the walls. We can do a few little scoops and things. I think actually this needs to come out a little bit more. So maybe that's kind of like some stair step type stuff there. Maybe there's a little bit of a scooped out area here. Yeah. Okay. That could be all right. I'm not sure if I love this, but you know, it's not terrible. Also not sure how I'm feeling about the middle island. We'll see. Oh, this also feels like a good spot for pups. Yeah, I hadn't really given any thought to pups. Somewhere down in here. We'll just put it there for the moment. Yeah, this map is feeling pretty interesting to me so far. It feels like you'd want to come this way. Let me turn off rotational symmetry for a second. If you were down here, it feels like you'd want to come up this path. If you were up here, it feels like you'd want to come down this way. So this is the motion that I'm kind of feeling. I wonder if instead of boosts here, like if it was a bomb that gave that to you. Maybe what if it was even a pair of bombs in the wall, and there is a button. That would bomb you up this way. That might just be too much. I have to be careful with button bombs. They're very one-dimensional. I mean, they pretty much have one use case, and it only comes up every 30 seconds. So generally you want to be a little bit more flexible with things. I think the button bomb is not the right way to go here. So, but what if instead there were two bombs here with a spike behind them? Yeah, so you have a couple ways to come down. Yeah, I like that. And by having two bombs there, that means they can be used more often, because you're not going to come down and defuse both bombs by yourself. And also, these bombs can be used to bomb people away from this this pup, which could be interesting. That feels nice. Still feels like there's maybe something missing in this area. I'm not quite sure what, but we'll figure it out. One other thing I don't love is if you're on this boost and you boost this way and get curled around back to the portal, it just stops you right here. Not sure that I love that. If you boost down into the portal, it's going to take you down to this tile, which then sets you up to boost up into the flag. I like that. That feels like it's working. I do wonder if it feels like we're coming down almost too much. Like maybe this whole section can just be kind of shifted up and over just a bit. Actually, if I moved this portal, yeah, I think that could work. Although I'm also remembering that the bomb takes me down to here. It might be time to just kind of like test the map a little bit and see how it feels. Let's find a place for the button. I think the button wants to be defensive. It wants to hide right here. Yeah, and sitting on that button is going to really lock down the base. So if one defender's here and the other defender's here-ish, it is hard to get out, but it doesn't feel impossible to get out. The bomb's going to affect everything within a radius of 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to barely affect, it's going to have a small effect on someone sitting on the button here. Maybe the button should be up a little bit more. Maybe right here. Yeah, that feels a little bit better. Because that way the bomb's going to have a bigger effect on somebody sitting on the button. So I think even if someone's covering the button, you could still bomb out. I think. And if someone's sitting on the button, it kind of opens up coming out through this gap a little bit more. So yeah, I think that seems like a good place for the button. So let's wire the button. We want it to go to all of these tiles. And I'm realizing I don't love, I think I want this wall to equal this wall maybe. Maybe the best way to accomplish that is actually to just give a little bit more space right there. Yeah, I think I like that better. How about that? Yeah, I think I like that. All right, so let's go back to our wiring. We've got that wired. Now let's wire our portals together. So when you're doing portals, you have to, whatever you click on first, so if I click here, now I'm wiring the exit for this portal. So now I click here, now I've wired the exit. That does it one way, okay? Now I have to click on this portal and wire this exit. So it's a little unintuitive. Basically, you're click, 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 click. That's going to wire the two portals together. Okay, and because I have rotational symmetry on, it automatically did the wiring on the other side as well. Okay, this map is looking like it's got a really unique shape and some interesting stuff going on. So let's export it to Fortunate Maps and see how it feels right now. Yeah, this shape is cool. I like how that looks. All right, so let's test it. So yesterday I didn't test the map at all. Today we're going to work on some testing, so you guys can see a little bit more. Let's check our wiring. Yep, comes through both ways. And that takes me down. I can go back up. That kind of gives me that, what I was looking for. Let's try bombing into the flag. Okay, I can see the flags from the bomb. I missed the boost. I want to see if I can do that. Now, when you use that test map link, you can just hit R now to reset. That's an awesome feature. Yeah, actually, let's try this on the other side so that we're grabbing the flag when we do that. Where are we going? We're going down. All right. So kind of hard to hit, but that's okay. It should be hard to hit, right? Let's try this again. It's a little wonky there, isn't it? Easy to hit a wall. I really want it to be just a smooth. So I haven't even done it yet once, and I've tried, what, 3 times already? There we go, I got it, but it didn't go the way I wanted it. Because really, if I'm starting there from that tile and I'm just hitting the edge of the boost, I'm more in line with this square here, or even this square. And this square looks a little bit more naturally what I'm looking for the portal. So, all right, I think that's the first change we want to do based on testing. Let's remix. Don't forget to turn your symmetry back on, as we want to move the portal here. That's what we want to do. And I think we can even do it like that. Yep. It feels like now there wants to be a boost that takes me down here and around. And that could be right there. Is that too much? I don't know. But let's leave it and do some testing. All right.
Woo! Yeah!
Oh, I forgot to rewire everything. I forgot to rewire the portals. Actually, let me jump back in. I'll show you how I can tell that. I mean, I can tell because I know I forgot to rewire them, but
3,
you notice how
2,
this
1.
one is in an active state and this one's just a black hole.
Yeah!
That's how you can tell they're not wired properly. Yep. Also just by trying to go into it. So let's go back to Fortunate Maps. Let's fix that. Remix. Turn on symmetry. You do have to turn that on each time. and click, 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 click. Now they're wired together. And we'll export it. Oh, we've got this weird extra wall here. I don't like the way that looks. And let's test. Okay. Now let's try and see what this feels like. Yeah, there we go. That's what we want. I don't want it to hit this island. I want it to go past the island. So I'm going to need to change the island shape, I think. You probably can avoid the island, but I can't remember who it was that said if a map looks like you should be able to do something, then it should just do it. It should just do it flawlessly. I shouldn't have to work for it. And I feel like I'm having to work for that boost or for that angle a little bit too hard. Probably can hit it from this side. Yeah, that does a little bit different stuff. Let's check our wiring. Yeah, that looks good. Let's see what happens when we bomb up now. Oh, I didn't have that boost ready to go. Let's bomb, and I miss it again. Maybe I just need to change where the boost is. What if we just move the boost down one tile? Would that be better? Exit. Let's go to Fortunate Maps, and we're going to make a couple changes. We're going to first turn on symmetry. We're going to move the boost position. It's going to go there. And I want to change the island a little bit. I guess just to a single tile. So that you can now come out. Or, you know what? Another way to do this, if I move this portal over, though, it just becomes, I think, a little too easy to defend. You know, a defender sits somewhere around here. They can cover this gap. They can cover the portal exit. I don't want a defender to easily be able to defend the portal exit and the gap. I want them to have to make a choice. All right, let's... Oh, you know what? Because I do kind of like the idea of a wall here. What if this took you into something that kind of wrapped you around? All right. All right, Baby Wings is awake now and downstairs. So I think we're going to have to probably cut it short here. And we've got the map at a pretty good spot, I think. So I am curious. Like, let's see. If I roll around this way, yeah, that's not bad. If I come this way, that's cool. Got some interesting ways to use that portal. That's interesting. I like that a lot. I like that I can come this way. Nice capping route there.
Yeah!
Yeah, there's quite a lot that you can do. I kind of like the double bombs. Not bad. They give you some ways to get across the map pretty quickly. Yeah, pretty cool. Yep, I'm ready for feedback from others. So, and I need to watch this baby now anyway. We're going to go ahead and end it there. Let's just do kind of one last check before we end the video. We're calling it Cloister. We've got my name on it there. Our wiring is correct, right? Yep, that looks good. That looks good. Oh, spawn points. Let's make some spawns. I generally don't like to have spawns within 2 tiles of a boost. I just think it provides a little bit too much of a early possible advantage. So I think we'll do it like that. Yeah, that's what we'll do. And let's set all of the spawn points to 0. And let's kick ourselves for not turning on rotational symmetry, because there's no blue spawn points. And so now what I'm doing is I'm creating blue spawn points by going over all of the red ones. Give me blue spawn points. Yep, that looks good. Now we'll set them all to 0. We do want all the portal timers at 0. Yeah, and they default to 0, so those are all good already. And we'll do one last export. Okay, and I'm going to edit out the kind of the 2 moments I had to step away from the computer out of the video and get that uploaded into YouTube before I post or share this map in Maps General channel. So I'll share both the video and the map in that channel as soon as it's done uploading to YouTube. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a great day.